Hey guys, what's up? I haven't done a video with me actually in it for ages, so I thought I'd do a. I'm trying to start a video now. I'm currently to start doing the video. These when I start playing up. You guys say hello. Yeah. Go now, you go. So yeah, I haven't done a video in a minute. It's Sagittarius season now, as I'm speaking. So I thought I'd do my Sag. I mean, I'm about doing it for ages. About doing my Fuckboy series. I did one a while ago, ages ago now. Time's gone so quickly. Been doing so much stuff this year that it's just the weeks have just gone one after the other. I've not had a chance to stay on top of it, but I'm getting back onto my priorities now and making sure I'm publishing some more content all the time from Astro. Got loads of Astro stories to tell you, especially when it comes to dating and fuckboys. So, being the Sagittarius season, and my Astro homie April told me to, I've got to put a Sagittarius video out. So I thought that I would. So, before I get started, I'll show you the charts of this guy that I was dating, one of the guys that I was dating, and a synastry chart as well. So if you don't know what synastry is when you look at your chart and your partner or whoever you're dating or anybody else, two people's charts together. So you lay them on top and you look at what aspects and stuff the planets are making. He's trying to get up there. He's still trying to get up. So he's a fire sign as well. So he's a fire Leo. So he wants to get on the video, don't you? You're talking about fire signs, yeah? Yeah, thank you, baby. Yeah. So it's typical Leo behaviour. And what you do as well now? You as well, yeah? He's my Capricorn, baby. You're my Capricorn, aren't you? Yeah. You know the old man of the house. So yeah, so actually synastry, I'll look at that in a minute, and Mercury's just moving into Sagittarius today. It's been retrograding to fuck through Scorpio for what seems like eternity. And it's finally station last week, and it's moving into Sag today, which is brilliant. It's supposed to be in detriment in Sag, just because Sagittarius is so like, trotting along at full speed ahead, and Mercury just gets tired out there. But it's better than being Scorpio, that's all I have to say on that matter. So yeah, before I start as well, I'm not bashing Sagittarius people. I love Sag energy. Love Sag boys. One of my best friends was a Sagittarius girl. I just love the energy there, straight to the point, always up for a good time, life's always an adventure, always up for trying new stuff. Also, I'm Libra rising as well, so when Libra rising, Sagittarius is in our third house, so we sextile anyway. So sextile, if you don't know, is like a really positive aspect to have. So yeah, Sagittarius sextiles my ascendant, which is Libra, and my Aquarius sun as well. So I'm down with their crazy shit. I love going along for the ride with that energy. They're hilarious, they're just wild, and they just speak to my my air aspects. I've got the Aquarius sun, and I have the Libra rising as well. So my air sign makes those Sag people even more wilder. So I'm like down for the madness when it comes to those people. So yeah, so how should I start? Even how we met was just fucked up. Like, so I finished work, because as well as doing astrology, I'm a performer as well. I'm a dancer. So I was dancing in a club Saturday night. I finished late, as you do, and I was like, fuck, I can't be asked to go out or anything. I always don't want to go out, and usually I don't. Usually finish my set and I'll throw my pyjamas or whatever on, my comfy clothes on, and I literally head out the fire escape of the club or wherever I'm performing. And I go straight into my car and jet back home, because it's literally like CBA, unless unless there's people in the club that I know, or if I'm like having a few drinks and whatever. But this particular night I was like, fuck this, I just want to go, man, and get out of here. I finish my set and go. And so I'm packed myself away, I'm getting into my car, it's like late. It's like, I don't know, it's like kind of midnight or whatever, after midnight anyway. So I'm getting in my car and this guy just like grabs my arm out of nowhere. He's like, he just grabs me. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's this? Who's really fit? And he's like proper sexy. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, you know, he's like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going home. What are you doing? He's like, no, you're not going home. You're, I want to get you a drink. I was like, okay. I was literally like instantly turned on. It was weird because like when we like first locked eyes sort of thing, it was like we'd known each other. Like, it's weird, like you know when you like bump into someone for a long time. It was like that. It was weird. It's like I feel like I've known him for ages. You know, I only said 2 words. He'd grabbed me in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? He could be like stalking me and stuff, and or attacking me, trying to mug me or something. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go for a drink with you. I have no idea who the fuck you are. But I'm happy to go pop along with you. You could be a serial killer for all I fucking know. I haven't got a habit of like meeting strange men in the dark nights. It just happened how it happened. It was weird. It was like I'd known him for ages. He was like, wow, you like he literally so he grabbed me and he was like, oh my god, you're so fit. You're really sexy. All this stuff. I want to take you out and buy you a drink. All this stuff. Whatever you know. Like, Sagittarius is like, you know, the finesse. He knows how to like, they know how to like say the right thing. Not in a Libra way, because Libra just like themselves will just say shit to get, you know, like just to lay their bars on you. Whereas Sag, they kind of feel it. They're like everything they're expressing, they feel it. You know what I mean? They just get carried away in the moment. And I've dealt with those Sag people before, so I kind of know like how to take it. It's like yeah, whatever. What's happening going and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I think you're the best thing since like whatever and all this shit. And we hit off really well. So and he's just hilarious, man. Like I love Sagittarius energy. I mean, I just met this random guy, you know, in the night outside a nightclub. Ended up going out for drinks and stuff and partying all night. Don't even know this guy. They ended up going back to mine, and obviously I entertained him for the night, which is insane wild anyway. You know what I mean? We had that mad passionate connection from the start, like really strong sexual connection anyway. I'll get into that with our chart and stuff. I'll show you the chart and show you what's going on, because we had like really strong Venus and Mars aspects together. So Venus is love, Mars is sex and passion. So we had loads of activations in our charts together anyway. And we had like past life connection as well, where like my South Node was conjunct his Mars. So we'd been in like, his South Node, our South Nodes were conjunct, I think, actually. So we'd definitely been in past life together, which is why we both felt like we knew each other from the start. So what I want to do, I want to show you the charts of him and mine, and show you how like astrology works and how you can interpret love readings and sex, find out about your partner, loads of shit, loads of stuff. It's brilliant. So if you're gonna book me for a reading, hit me up. Drop me a DM on Insta. It's Pluto Boy Astrology, or if you want to like just drop me a message in the comments here, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm just going to put up the charts now, and I'll delve deep on like what I found out about him. So yeah, look, I've got his chart up right now. So look at the interesting. So what it's actually is, which is why I'm doing the chart in the first place. My boy's got a Sagittarius stellium. I mean, look at all the planets he's got in Sagittarius. He's got his sun there, obviously. His Venus, his Mercury, his Jupiter. What I'm talking about, his Neptune, Uranus, and the ruler of the second in the first. So first things first, and just back up, right? Yeah, he's Sagittarius sun sign. His whole energy, Sag, you know, he's wild energy. He's literally he's always on the go, traveling around. Everything's always a joke. He's really fucking funny, right? So you can see that here with his second house of Sagittarius. Also, the ruler of Sagittarius is in his first house. Your first house is also what people see when they first see you. It's the house of the self and how you look, how you act. Was the first thing people notice about you. So, lo and behold, he's a Scorpio rising. So I have a theme for some reason. I attract Scorpio guys like flies to shit. Loads of, I'd say 95% of the guys that I date seem to have Scorpio rising or strong Scorpio placements in their chart. So here's another motherfucker with Scorpio and his Scorpio rising. He's got Saturn in the first house, so Saturn in the first, yeah. Saturn in the first makes you look hella young, and he's like older than me, and he looked like super young. Right? He acted it as well. So Saturn in the first preserves that. I have this aspect as well. People always say I look like 10 years younger than I actually look. So he had that in his first house as well. So he's got the house, he has the Sagittarius energy in his first house here. And he had a bit of a horsey mouth because there is Sagittarius people can look a bit horsey. He had a bit of a horsey mouth. Also, as well, Capricorn rules bone. Saturn, sorry, which rules Capricorn, can rule your bones and stuff as well. And I do notice that people who have like Saturn aspects, like his is conjunct Pluto, because sometimes have like a couple of teeth missing as well, and he had some of his side teeth chipped through fighting, because I found out, well, because we actually started dating, yeah. Like he stayed like that first night we'd met, we ended up like obviously come back to mine and having like wild passionate sex and stuff, or literally wild sex, like we broke the furniture type sex. It was mad. Where was I going with the story? Yeah, so we hit it off straight away. Like he stayed at my house for a few days, and then we arranged to meet and stuff, and we kind of got to see each other, I guess. So obviously I got to find out quite a lot about him. What I like about Sagittarius people, they're just straight up and really honest. So he was the fighter, like the job. He had like a loads of, he was quite like, how can I say it? This is one of the reasons why I kind of broke it off in the end. But he had like some criminal activity, and so one of his jobs is like a trained fighter. So you can see that aspect because he has Mars, which is here in Capricorn. So Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It's like does its strongest and its best, and Mars and Capricorn both rule like fighting, the army, weapons. And that's what he did. He worked for some underground, like underworld type boss he had, so I think that's what he used to do. And he'd been in and out of trouble as a young, in and out of trouble, in and out of jail a lot, as well, which I discovered later on. I kind of looked at his chart anyway, and I just confronted him, and he's really honest about it, that he'd been in jail and stuff, and you can see that through his 12th house here, Pluto. So he has Libra in the 12th. Libra, first of all, the 12th house is hidden house. It can be a downfall as well. And the house of the hidden and constraint. And he has Libra in the 12th house. Libra is also with institutions. Especially being in that 12th house, it can actually show up actually being imprisoned. And having Pluto, the planet of destruction and rebuilding, regeneration, Pluto in the 12th can, especially with Saturn conjunct tightly, rules. It can mean that you can be in trouble with the law and go to prison, spend time in jail or confined. You know what I mean? Which he had done. He actually confessed to me that he did. So his Pluto at 28 is squaring. So he's making a square aspect to Mars. So this makes. God, so he was never violent towards me ever, but I could tell like he would easily be able to flip just like that. Like Mars square Pluto people have had that hidden rage, and I could see. I mean, obviously that was what he did with the job, and he said to me he loved to fighting. He loved to fight with his hands. You know what I mean? That was his thing. And Mars rules fighting, especially in Capricorn. It's most strongest. Making that square to Pluto is all just to do with violence, which is what he was, part of his job, really, I guess. He had the rule of Capricorn in the first as well, so he's kind of working for himself, he's self-employed, so to speak. So he had the ruler of his third in the first. So his Capricorn ruler was in the first house. So that gave him that edge of looking that bit younger as well. And also, he never obviously he stayed because the third house is all to do with like your immediate like around your area around the way. You know what I mean? Like what's around you. So he never really stayed away from that. Like he pointed out, like he had loads of opportunities to go away, move abroad, something. And he never did that, even though he's Sagittarian, because he had Cap in the third and he kind of just stayed like as he is. Anyway, I went off the beaten track there. What else I wanted to say about him is very interesting. Oh yeah, so he I found him. It's one of the reasons why we couldn't work and stuff like I've been dating and things like that, like he'd going out and loads of money and all this. And I got into his car the one day and loads of suspicious stuff in his car and I was like, what the fuck's all this shit? And he was like, oh yeah, sometimes deals deal drugs and stuff on the side. It's like, oh, okay. My Aquarian sun ass is like, so not what's the word, surprised or shocked by anything. So I was like, yeah, cool, it's fine, whatever. I thought as long as it doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit. So you can see that. Oh yeah, also as well, he was always high. I thought he was just always like really bubbling, really outgoing as Sagittarians are, which he is. But he was always high all the time, and you can see that because his second house is what you put in your mouth. It's one of the things that it rules. And he has Neptune there. Neptune rules like drink, drug, alcohol, narcotics, that sort of stuff. And he had it in a conjunction to his Venus. And Venus in the second house. Second house is traditionally ruled by Taurus, so it's all to do with being bougie, overindulging, and he's got it in Sag. So Sagittarius Venus, they love sex. They love like anything to excess as well, especially having that conjunction to Neptune. He was excessively drinking a lot. He loved to party. He loved to take drugs. He is living his best life with that. He was also making a sextile to Pluto in the 12th house. So Pluto sextiling your Venus can make you can show indicators to addiction to drugs and alcohol, which he was really much into. He was like, oh yeah, I'm just taking it to just to chill, work really hard, doing what I'm doing, smoking his product, eating his products. That he wants to let loose and just chill and do what he wants. And I was like, yeah, fine, boo, whatever do. I'm really relaxed and bohemian myself. I'm Aquarius sun, Libra rising. I'm doing that boho stuff. I'm unorthodox to hell. Uranus in the third house, Pisces in the sixth. I'm good for that. Good for that. Boho lifestyle. But it was to the point where literally he'd meet me for lunch and stuff and he'd be literally doing God knows whatever he was doing just to be having functioning throughout a normal day. And then he wanted to take, then when we were having sex stuff, he'd have to take Viagra because he had that much other stuff in his system that he'd need something to get him erect, shall we say. So yeah, so that was interesting. But what else I want to say about him? Oh my god, he was so funny. I think Sag guys are hilarious anyway, generally. But he had this Virgo moon, and Virgo moon people, oh my god. Virgo anyway are so analytical, and their humour is they can just observe shit and they just pick people apart by observing just human nature. It's so dry. It's and he literally laughed me into bed, you know what I mean? It was so funny. And Virgo, so anyone who's they sort of Virgo placements, he had Virgo as his MC. So that's how he likes to come across to the world, with his Virgo-esque, and he was fucking such a neat freak and a clean freak as well. He was always showering at my house, you know what I mean? Literally, he was always in the shower. That's just a Virgo thing to do. Yeah. Also, what do I want to say about him? So, oh god, we used to have the wildest, most mad, passionate sex ever. And that's because he has Lilith in Capricorn and I have my moon in Capricorn as well. So we kind of connected on that level. But mainly, when I show you my chart, my Lilith is in Sagittarius anyway. So Lilith, Lilith is like the forbidden fruit and what really turns you on, and like, you know, Lilith if when you have Lilith placement with somebody, it's like your strongest sexual attraction sort of thing. And I have, well, mine's in Sag. Well, hello. Look, he's Sagittarius to fuck. He has Uranus there, the Sun. He is here to be the Sag life. In excess though, because he has the squares to his Mars, and the sextiles to Pluto as well. Those Pluto sextiles kind of bringing out the negative part of Sagittarius, where he was excessively he's into like an open relationships, swingers, multiple partners, orgies. He was what literally this guy was wild. He introduced me to so much stuff that, I mean, I thought I was out of control or very open minded, but the short time that I spent with him, my eyes were truly opened. We had an open relationship because that's what I was down for that anyway. I was quite open to that, but we really explored that together. Because he was really into it as well. So he was into bringing like other partners into the bedroom. So I just wanted to say he has Gemini in the 8th house. And Gemini are known for, like, you know, having very open-minded morals anyway when it comes to love, sex and dating as a rule. Yeah, I'm not saying all Geminis are like that, but as a rule, they're very open-minded. And he has that in the 8th house of sex and partnerships as well. So he was quite loose with his morals, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I'm down for whatever. Open relationships, multiple dating, this, that and the other, which is what we started doing. And he has the ruler of the 8th in the 2nd as well, Mercury. So in 22 degrees, critical degree. And it turned out, it's really funny, it turned out he was actually living with his actual long-term partner who was a twin, and Gemini rules the twins. And your 8th house is your marriage partner. And they were kind of not married. I found all this out. He didn't tell me this part, you know what I mean? Because Sagittarius can sometimes feed you shit as well, do you know what I mean? But because I know how to take them, I'm good. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I can take you with a pinch of salt, mate. So yeah, that Gemini, well, he was fucking living with he was living with a twin. Well, not his own twin, but his partner was a twin, and he shows up in his 2nd house of money as well. So they were actually living together he was saying for financial reasons, which could make sense with his Mercury being in the 2nd house. But his partner was Sagittarius North because I have Pluto in the 1st house. So a bitch can be crazy too. So I found out his partner's birth time as well, and his partner was the Sagittarius rising as well, and he kind of looked a bit horsey too. And because he had that horse mouth, that some Sagittarius people can have. So yeah, he was living with him anyway, which I found out. And he was telling me all this shit, like he wanted to get married to me, wanted to fly me to Hawaii to do that and the other. And I was like, yeah, that's just Sagittarius ass just getting carried away with shit. Like, tell me he loved me like the 2nd date or something, you know. But I know what Sagittarius boys are like, so I'm just not playing along with it. It's like, you're just fucking crazy. But I love that shit, and for now you will do, because I wanted to have a good, it was a summer, and I wanted to have a good time, and he was just down for a good time, you know. He's got Leo in the 10th house. Leo is all about the centre of attention, being loud and gregarious. The 10th house is your public persona. The reason we got on so well as well, because we both had the North Node in Cancer, which you do get, it's like a generational thing as well, that is, when you're born, because we were born quite similar times, close together. We had a North Node, so it's similar life purpose, which is why we got each other. Our South Nodes were conjunct as well. But his South Node actually conjuncts my moon. So we did some past life together, past life progression. And it turned out that I was actually with him, like in a love triangle in a past life where I was a female and he was my husband. And yeah, there's some mad shit going on. So I'm just going to show you like our synastry chart. So just bear with me and I'll pull up the synastry chart. So our synastry is me and him together. So yeah, this is our synastry chart. So he's on the inside and this is my planets on the outside. So where do we begin? Let's start with, I don't think you can see it on here because I haven't got the I didn't put the aspect in, but my Lilith is in Sag, right? And it's 14 degrees. Well, his sun is on 14 degrees. That's why when I fucking saw him, I was like, my knickers were just wet because I was literally just turned on so much just by his being. Because his sun is his being energy, and he conjunct my Lilith. I was literally like, fuck me, he's just so fucking beautiful. Because he fucking pulled me out in the middle of the street. Like, I was about to get into my car. I thought I was being mugged. But I didn't care. I just wanted to be with him. He was like insane. I couldn't explain it. So that comes from that. So if you ever have those aspects with somebody, you know where that's coming from. It could be if there's strong sexual chemistry, it's highly likely you've got a Lilith connection. So my Mars, Pluto, Saturn, Ascendant all fall into his 12th house here, his hidden house. Because he said to me, like, he was actually quite on the straight and narrow and, like, you know, sort his life like that and the other. But when he was with me, his 12th house activity increased. Bearing in mind, I didn't do anything. I didn't say to him, just go, whatever. I just, you know, I was dating him. I wasn't telling him what to do. He was his own choice. But his 12th house activity increased. So his sex drive, his drug use. Bearing in mind, I don't do any of that stuff myself. I don't know. He felt like he could be right. He said to me, this is a more Sagittarius bullshit, that he could be himself around me more. That's probably because I'm quite laid back. But we have a Pluto conjunction. Our Plutos are conjunct by exact degree. Is it back? Yeah, by exact, no, 2 degrees apart. So when you have Pluto, it's like a mad obsession with each other. Literally, we had sex all. Literally, when we get together, it was just like pure sex. It was wild. We broke the bed, broke my table, we fucked me over the kitchen counter. Literally, it was wild. We'd had threesomes with people. I mean, this is how intense our Pluto obsession was with each other. We'd invited somebody around as a third party, and we were having such mad, passionate sex between the two of us that the other guy actually just put his clothes on and left us to it. And we was like, oh God, that guy's going. And we literally laughed about it so hard. It's so funny. Because we had this mad, intense connection. You can see my North Node here on the top. So our North Node's conjunct. So my South Node is down here next to my Moon. And my South Node is next to his Moon, basically. It's next to his Mars, shall I say. And his South Node is conjunct my Moon by how many degrees? By 3 degrees. So yeah, my Moon's at 7 degrees, his South Node's at 4 degrees. So we definitely have a past life relationship together, connection, which is what we've had. It's this soulmate familiarity. We can't live without each other sort of thing. We need to be together. And like, he stalked me out because so it turned out afterwards that I was trying to add him on Snapchat and other social media, and he'd already sent me friend requests and messages and all this stuff, but I hadn't actually checked them. Because he'd been trying to get in touch with me for ages. I didn't even realise. And we finally bumped into each other outside my work. We said that, I don't know if fucking, after, in hindsight, whether he'd stalked me out and found out where I worked and stuff. Anyway, so my Jupiter, I have Jupiter, one of the reasons why I attract so many fucking Scorpios, so I have Jupiter in Scorpio anyway, so I attract that, so I actually amplify Scorpio people and their energy, like they can be more Scorpionic around me, as you can see here. So my Jupiter falls into his first house, so I made him more Scorpionic into his underworld gangland shit, into his drugs, drinking, whatever his violence, whatever he's doing. But I also have the planet of Pluto and Mars, which rules Scorpio, in my first house, which fall into his 12th, making me quite Scorpionic anyway. My look's quite Scorpionic. I have, like, you know, my tattoos, dark hair, etc. It's very Scorpionic look that I have myself anyway. So hence why he probably felt more he could be more himself too around me. But my Pluto, because it's like 2 degrees from his, set off his sex style. So it made him very sexually active, very kinky, into S&M, like he wanted to explore the S&M side. It made him I'm not saying it was me that made him do it, but it can set off someone's triggers in their own chart as to the Neptune aspect and his Mercury and Venus aspect of the things that he enjoys doing, like drinking, eating, you know, all drugs, etc. Also, what I thought was really, actually, what I remember, what I'm saying, what I thought was really not funny, but like quite apt from his chart, because he went to prison for car theft, and well, one of the things he went to prison for carjacking or whatever. And he has Mars in the 3rd house, making a square to Pluto. The 3rd house rules vehicles, and Pluto is obviously prison in the 12th house. So Also, as well, yeah, while I'm talking about institutions and Saturn and Pluto in 12th house, he's actually went through the foster system. So he's passed around from foster carer to foster carer, which can be seen through Pluto and Saturn in the 12th house, going through the foster care system, you see. And that can be shown there. It's a really good aspect for that. Also, as well, we're talking about parents, his Virgo moon, Virgo, because his mum was absent throughout most of his life. I think she was like a prostitute or something, he said, growing up. And he had the Virgo moon is one of the cold moons, really. It can make you have like a really a weird relationship with your mother, which I know that they did have. Like mummy issues almost, you know what I mean? And you can't, people always joke about, oh, don't argue with their Virgo about their mummies, and that's, he has some issues with his mum. I know that, like, I think she was obviously he got put into care because of her actions anyway. So yeah, our moons actually, I just noticed our moons actually trined. Because we just got each other so wow, it was really funny. We spent a lot of time at home. So when you have moon aspects, right? So his moon and my moon aspect, a trine is a really good aspect. It means like you feel at home with that person. So which we did. We spent so much time at home like an old married couple, even though we were doing like, you know, the Kama Sutra around the house. We actually felt at home with each other, which is really nice because actually his Virgo fell into my 12th house, which is probably what was my undoing really, because he was actually making me like, you know, dabble with my sexuality and, you know, drink more. So I'm not really a massive drinker, and obviously because he was like drinking a lot, I was drink with him sort of thing, do you know what I mean? I didn't do the stuff because I ain't got time for that. But yeah. So with someone planning aspect your 12th house, it can bring out 12th house stuff like sex and the taboo. Also, it's really cool that his moon is in my 12th, because we did loads of deep conversations about astrology, birth charts, you know, all that 12th house. We're talking about the occult. He was quite into that actually with me, which I thought was really nice. Let's see what else I want to say about him. Oh my god, yeah, Venus is just a funny one. Venus and Sagittarius, fucking hell, they fuck like a broken washing machine, literally. Because Sagittarius likes to do everything fast, yeah? And that's what Sagittarius Venus can be like as well. They can literally like bam, 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 bam. Like that's how their approach to sex and life is in general. What else? Oh yeah, so my son is in. So my Venus is on his 4th house. So yeah, which is why we spent a lot of time at mine. And just at home chilling together, because Venus in the 4th make you feel at home with somebody. Venus Mars aspect as well is such good aspect for chemistry, for sexual attraction and romance. It's a really good indicator. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, you see, it's really interesting actually, because I had my solar return done, and a solar return is where basically when you do your chart for your birthday for that year, and it'll give you all the aspects of where the planets are that and on that day of your birthday, which will then forecast your horoscope for the next 12 months. So I had Chiron in the 7th house, and I was like, shit, I don't want Chiron in the 7th house, the wounded healer. But actually, it can also be, that can also, apart from being your biggest wounds, it can mean healing in relationships. And you know what? Even though we weren't together that long, I learned so much about myself and about relationships, just being with him and having that Chiron. Our Chirons conjunct, we kind of healed each other, because he was going through some. I know he was still seeing someone, and it was like a long-term relationship with them. We kind of did a lot of healing together, like about like what we actually wanted out of life. Because Sagittarius likes to talk about deep shit like that. And I have Sagittarius in my 3rd house. So I like to communicate very deep anyway. People who know me, I've got Sagittarius in the 3rd. I don't do small talk. I can just chat shit to anybody. But I love deep conversations, you know what I mean? Which is why I do astrology. I'm trained to be a counsellor, etc. So we had this Chiron conjunction. So we were kind of healing each other, as well as calling. You can also go have the flip side and cause each other pain too, you know what I mean? But on this occasion, we did a lot of healing with each other, you know, about what we wanted out of relationships and stuff. And that sort of thing, and a lot of sexual healing as well, because my Chiron's in the 8th night today anyway. So his Chiron would have been into my 8th house of sexual healing. And wow, we had like such fantastic sex. It was so good. And he still wants that now, but we do this thing called Sagittarius and Aquarius and Libra. So I have those three, and he's the Sagittarius as well. We're famous for ghosting. So he ghosts me, I ghost him. We just ghost each other all day long. So we never actually meet up, and because we're too busy ghosting each other. So that's where we are right now with that. I decided to call it a day really with him. We just ghosted him because like, A, obviously he had a dodgy career, and B, he was taking far too much shit for her to have a. Cause I have Venus in the 5th house. I like to go out for dinner because 5th house falls restaurants. I like to go fancy places. I don't want to be sitting at home watching him drugged off his tits trying to take Viagra to get an erection. Do you know what I mean? I want to be taken out and wined and dined. You know, I have Venus in the 5th house, my Sun in the 5th house, my Mercury. I'm a fucking 5th house Leo bitch. I want to be treated like a fucking princess. You know what I'm saying? And he just can't. I don't think he can give me that. So I mean, he has Leo in the 10th, so he does typical Sagittarius, where they talk the talk. Do they always deliver? Not always. So, but it was really fun while it lasted, and I thought, why in Sagittarius season? I really wanted to delve deep into his chart and bring it to you guys and show you how synastry works in modern day dating. So yeah, just to do a quick recap, things to look out for soul connection is your north and south nodes, and what else? Lilith is really important as well. Lilith connections really important for sexual chemistry. But I love Pluto. I know Pluto can be like obsession, sex, violence and stuff, but I love that Pluto connection that you have with people. If I have a Pluto connection, I have so many Pluto connections as well with my past lovers, because I'm Plutonian myself. I have Pluto in the 1st house. When the people first see me, they get that sexual vibe off me anyway, because I radiate that Pluto in me. So I have Pluto and Mars. So when I have other people, I just like latch on, and I love that obsessive, all-consuming, scorpionic, sexual love, passionate relationships. This is what I'm all about. So yeah, that's about it really. I don't want to go too deep. I could talk for ages about this guy. He's fucking hilarious. I love, as I say, I love Sagittarius, Sagittarius people. And my homegirl April says that they Sagittarius, they're out there. They be trotting and they be thotting, which I thought was really funny. So yeah, if you guys want to hit me up for a reading, look at your birth chart, look at your boo's birth chart, do a synastry reading or something, just holler at me, and I'll get you a reading done. You can DM me on Instagram, Pluto Boy Astrology. I love it if you like this video and share it and comment. You can message me on here as well for a reading also, and I really appreciate everything and all of you guys. Thank you.